Hi everyone, welcome back. Race 12 then. You can see in big letters on your spleen, I have no idea what I'm saying. Spa-Francorchamps hosted this one, and it's a little bit drizzly, wet and raining, so wet race ahead of us. Not many drivers made this one, 11 in total. We'll see how many finish it. I don't think I finish it, I have no idea, I can't remember. I kind of still ought to play for in the championship as well. Drivers, some of the drivers do need a result out of this to get themselves in the championship. So Pav's in the fight, the two BMW drivers in the fight, obviously for the Constructors' Championship, which is very close as well between Alfa Romeo, Subaru and BMW. So anything can happen there. We'll obviously have full results at the end of the video, so stick around for that, but we'll get on with the coverage for 30 minutes at Spa in the rain, so we will see how this goes. Ignore the green lights, they're always on for some reason. You can hear the revs begin to build, and away we go. MG Jason, I think it is, look like he got a very poor start. He's been clattered there by, I think it's Podham at Pot. Thundercats lost position off the start. Good start by James Harben. I'm in the middle of a Subaru Alpha sandwich. As one of the Alphas turned around at the back, that was Pav 46. It's dropped me down to 5th. Mut 36 has had a decent start. KB's trying to go around the outside of me through Eau Rouge. That's not going to work. KB has to back out of it. Nicolai is taking the opportunity there as well. Getting a little bit squirrely on the exit at the top of Eau Rouge. LS Deno and the BMW coming through. It's very bargy here in the middle then for position as KB, Nicolaitis and myself are battling it out. Nicolaitis got the most of the slipstream on, but cuts in front of me just as the braking starts, so gets a little nudge from myself. That unsettles my car in a bit of a big way, and we get another little tap there, and you're going to see the results of that in just a second. My car's spinning, so as me and Nicolaitis lost out in that. Pav 46 is on his way through as well. He went round at La Source, so I've got it all to do now, but I'm not really fighting for anything, so I'm not really too fussed about how this one ends out. LS Deno and Mut 36. Mut also had a little bit of a moment, so the BMW driver up to P7 then. So some good points on the table for BMW at the minute, but so is for Subaru. They've still got a Subaru in the lead, Thundercat. Leading away to Podham at Pot, who's just got past James Harben going through Pouon. Potter's had a great start, started all the way down the order, but he's sort of tamed that Alfa Romeo now, so he's working his way up into P2 at the minute. The Subaru should be quite good in the rain. It's a grippy car, so it should be able to get its power down nice and easily. The BMWs seem quite sorted as well. I've driven a BMW M6 in the rain before and quite enjoyed it. It was quite a good car. So it's the top 9 really, all in a bit of a row. Got Pav 46 and myself. Pav does just dip a wheel on the AstroTurf at the edge here, and that just unsettles his car enough to put him around. And then we've got a top 4 scrap for P1. Does Podham at Pot go for the move down into the bus stop? Thundercat doesn't necessarily defend it, doesn't seem to have to actually. Potter's a bit too far back. No other moves being made. There's quite a bit of spacing in the field already. That's one side effect of wet conditions, and this is it does create a little bit of spacing in the field for some reason. Podham at Pot though got a great run out of the bus stop and is now looking for a move down the inside into the source. Thundercat's braked far too late there, and he's around. Is KB going to get out of it? KB's had a great start through that. That's for some reason it won't let me drive to him. Let's on board the BMW, so we can see all the battling going on ahead. James Harben goes a bit late as well, and KB's just able to put the power down the BMW and get himself up into P1. James Harben in the Audi maintains P2 just behind KB there, and Podham at Pot P3 after that little entanglement with Thundercat, who's now down behind the other Subaru Fat Pickles bro. So visibility, as you can see on Podham at Pot's car, not fantastic as they got the camel straight for the second time of asking. It is BMW it is Audi and it is Alfa Romeo in the top 3 positions at this minute in time. You got Thundercat and LS Deno. Deno's managed to get himself up another spot. He's going to go up another one here as Thundercat goes off the track. LS Deno in the BMW does he have to go behind him. Thundercat just lets him take the place. By looks things going to have a lot of dirt on those tyres. LS Deno up to P5. MG Jason Nicolaides, 2 Toyotas then. P7 and P8 at the minute. Thundercat's still struggling for grip in that. He's going to have a lot of filth on those tyres, which will be affecting any grip those wet weather Michelins are giving him in this treacherous Spa circuit. But Thundercat for the time being proving enough of a nuisance to Nicolaides at least. And as we go down towards Pouhon once more. A little bit further on up. Fat Pickle's struggling with the traction here as well. A little bit of space between the top few. Thundercat and Nicolaides still battling away. It's just gone board. Thundercat, as you can see, he's just dropped it a little bit there. Nicolaides actually keeping his distance for the time being. Probably knows this move on Thundercat is somewhat inevitable. Thundercat at the minute is kind of all over the place in that Subaru. Picked up a little bit of a penalty as well. He keeps it held together through Stavlo, and the exit of Stavlo 2 is quite critical. You don't want to take too much curb. As you can see there, it does just unsettle the car. Nicolaides for the time being managing to hold on to that car. I'm up to P9 then. A good old penalty, and I'm a good way back as well. Like, I'm nowhere near this fight. We're about 4 or 5 seconds back at least. As Nicolaides takes to off-track action through Blanchimont, but for the time being not able to get that move made. A little bit further up, LS Deno, P5 then. LS Deno now is marching through the field in that BMW. James Harben as well has made a little bit of a boo-boo coming out the bus stop, and his race is unfolding. He was right at the top of this just 2 laps ago. He's now about down in P5. Great points for BMW so far, but the top 2 are starting to escape now. KB and Pot kind of in their own race. Fat Pickle's very somewhat the gatekeeper, holding back the BMW, the Audi and the Toyota. Thundercat still ahead of Nicolaides, who's not being able to get a move made yet. Deno's now looking for a move on Fat Pickles, and he's got that move made. Down towards the end of Camel Straight, the BMW now on an absolute resurgent drive. Obviously, there's been the reverse grid race. The top drivers from last time out would have finished, or would have started right at the back of this field. It's only a short field anyway, so not too much hassling getting through the pack. This Spa circuit is quite a treacherous one to make your way around. I'm right at the back for some reason, can't remember why. I say I probably span off in hilarious fashion somehow. That's probably the most accurate way of putting it. The battle for P3 is not so much of a battle. I would probably put some safe bet that LS Deno will just generally start to peel away from Fat Pickles, bro. Maybe even reel in Pot at Pot. Who knows? Thundercat's actually managed to drop Nicolaides then. And other than that, it's all kind of settled down again in this final battle in the Infiniti GT Manufacturers Series. So I have to wait until lap 5 for some more action then. See James Harben, Thundercat and Nicolaides getting quite close. Come on to path 46 in just a minute, but Thundercat here just loses the back end, just enough to really let Nicolaides into the gap that he vacated. Speaking of path 46, everyone else is sort of in the 247 range. Path 46, 243.9 was his last lap, so he's absolutely on it today. The wet weather maestro looking to pick up P8. We're 15 minutes. Oh, James Harben's just spun it there. What happened, James? This Audi seems like it's a right handful. got Nicolaitis behind him. Just gets the back end turn around, gets a bit of a tap as well. But yeah, coming back onto Pav, just absolutely on a rip-roar adventure at the minute. Pav 46 is coming up to a bit of traffic now, so this will slow his pace down. I think a lot of the time people are just slowed down by the cars ahead of them. But Pav definitely just more able to get used to these conditions. He's of course a Yorkshire lad, so us Northerners are used to this rain. I don't know what my excuse is though, because I'm absolutely abhorrent in. I was awful at this track. I just couldn't get the grip down at all. He's turning into a bit of a freeway battle for P6. Potter was catching up to KB. We'll go and check on that battle for the lead in just a moment. We'll have a bit of a flick through and see how things have gone. Bit of contact there. What happens? It's got body power. It's got body from the cat. Oh wait, no. Just from the cat light on the brakes. Does a Nicolaitis on Nicolaitis. I think he's going to decide to retire into the pits. I think Nicolaitis is going to do the same as well, actually. So Pav continues up to P6 then. Pickles P4 for him. LS Dano still P3, but has been reeling in. Oh, KB's been taken by Potter. When did that happen? So this actually happened a little while ago. So this is coming out of Stavlo. I'm going to say Potter's just got these alphas just seem to really enjoy this track, so the conditions, so he's just got a much better run out of Stavlo and coming down the run into Blanchimont, able to get that move done on the BMW driver. I don't know whether he's been saving fuel though. We know the BMWs do like a bit of good fuel saving, so I guess we'll find out in a minute or two when these guys pit, potentially on the next lap if they're going to pit at all. We'll find out what goes on. We'll get another look at that Nicolaitis incident. So yeah, Thundercat's far too late on his brakes, and that is his like Moses though for Pav 46. Just creates a big old gap for him. So yeah, the Toyota and the pretty much everyone else diving into the pits right now. Thundercat actually carries on. KB's now going to be chasing down Potter. I think I've given up at this point. Sounds about right. Probably just auto driving around the circuit. Probably going to have a cup of tea or something. Nicolaitis is now fueled and ready to go to the end. Thundercat spent most of this race sideways. He's practicing his drift technique, murdering cameramen. That was a really nice drift actually. I'm just surprised we don't pick up a penalty for that, but it was a good effort. And you get about 3,000 drift points for that, so good on you mate, good on you. Pav 46, and yeah, you can see his last lap of 2:47, so it was really slowed down by that traffic. Now some of these drivers have got a bit more of a gap between them. We might see what their actual pace is. KB popped in a 2:45, so yeah, the pace is there for some of these guys. Potter put in a 2:44.6, and then he slowed right back down again. So Potter just managing the pace out the front. That's probably what KB was doing. Thundercat is now backwards, so his latest drift has failed spectacularly. Nicolaitis now at P9, but his pit stop's done. He's just going to go to the end now. I'm up 36 P10. I've not touched on too much. I just don't think he had a very good day in the rain, just like me, but unlike me, he kept on going. And I'm in auto drive. So auto drive makes you about 20 seconds a lap slower. And you don't actually have to be at your... Oh, KB's decked it. What's up to KB? Did he Max Verstappen it out of Stavlo? Oh, back end just got away from him there. Unfortunately, he was able to keep it going, but he's in the gravel. He's going to lose a load of time. Pickles has got past him. Will Jason get past him as well potentially, because he'll have the speed coming out of Stavlo. Yeah, KB's just struggling to get the traction down. He's going to have dirty tyres, very dirty and gravelly tyres. Pav's going to get past as well, so it's from P2 to P6 for KB in the space of one corner. That's just how this track can bite you. Oh, did we see any more pit stoppers? Potter and LS Deno aren't pitting. Deno's got BMW's really tail happy. Pickle's not pitting either. Neither's Jason, Pav or KB. So we might actually see quite a flurry of no-stop cars here, because you're not really revving the car out that much. You probably can save a ton of fuel. I wouldn't know, I didn't do the race, but lap 8 now, and you're looking directly in the face of the BMW KB E36, who is trying to get a pass up to P5, get past MG Jason, who's been struggling in the Toyota. He's just struggling on traction zones, but at the minute he's still just able to nudge E36 out of the way. Just a poor effort getting away from the corner, and KB's able to take advantage, and the BMW is up to P5. Good effort from KB to get that move made. Pav 46, who last lap popped in the fastest lap so far, 43.6, stopping his previous 43.9 by 3 tenths. So now he's in some clear air. He's plainly got the bit between his teeth. He's got a lap in 3 seconds a lap faster than Fat Pickles Bro, who's in third at the minute. LS Dano, P2 for Dano. He's having a great race so far. He's just took advantage of other people's issues, let's just say. So P2 for him, but he's a bit of a distance behind Pottom at Pot in P1. Seems a lot of drivers are going for the cheeky no stop. We're 22 minutes deep into this one so far, and only a couple of people have come into the pits for new tyres. With a little bit of careful sort of gear management, you can easily make a no stop work. Pav 46 though is going to come into the pits, giving Fat Pickles Bro a bit of a breather. Yeah, Pav's been absolutely churning through his fuel. Look, he's on 8%. Explains his pace a lot as KB comes to start his 9th lap. Thundercat P8 for Thundercat. I'm in the pits just, and I've been for a couple of laps, so I gave up on it. Like I said, I'm having a cup of tea right now. We've lost Nikolaitis from the race. I'm not sure when Nikolaitis quit out. I can't remember when that happens. We've got how many laps to go? 7 minutes. Probably 3 or 4 laps remaining of this one. So we're quite interested to see if Pav 46, after he's pitted, I can reel in any of the top guys. I think Jason, KB, etc. might not be pitting. Pav needs to have some really good laps under his belt now in order to reel those guys in. He's really pushing that Alfa Romeo to the limit. He was in P4. Pav is competing for a space at the top of the Drivers' Championship, so the more points the better for Pav at the close of this one. Last lap then, and Pottom at Pot still leads the way in the Alfa Romeo. He's been getting chased down by LS Dano, who's put a good couple of laps in, but he's has on and off sort of struggled with traction on that BMW, so Potter's just been able to keep the gap. Fat Pickles Bro's had a decent time. He's kept KB at bay, so a good P3 for Fat Pickles Bro at the minute. KB's not far behind him, but he's not quite getting that slipstream yet. Pav 46, after his pit stop, has managed to overtake MG Jason, but he still needs to get KB, who is a good couple of seconds up the road, if he wants to get his P4 back, which with just a minute and a bit to go is looking quite unlikely. James Harbour P7 for him at the minute. He's probably having a much better time now. He's not racing anyone else directly. Thundercat, same probably said Thundercat. Mutt's still lapping round, and I'm still enjoying my cup of tea. In terms of action on track, I'm afraid to say there is none, other than KB going a little bit deep there. You see the gap between him and Pav though, and you just saw Pav coming out of poo on just there. You might see Pav just appear in the back of your picture here. No, you won't. That's how far back he is. As they enter Stavelot for the last time. Let's go and give Pot some coverage. He drove a brilliant race in the Alfa Romeo. Some would say Pav would be up there with him if he didn't have that T1 incident. But that is racing. So a good result for Potter McPot in the Alfa Romeo. So that should secure some good points for Alfa today. We'll see what that does for them in the championship in just a moment. Pav 46 is still battling for further points. So P1 for Potter. P2 for LS Deno. A great drive by the BMW driver, pretty much from the back of the grid. So he's had a good result today. Fat Pickles Bro, good for Subaru. P3 KB, vital points for BMW, a second and a fourth today. Pav 46 P5 didn't reel KB in the end, but a good performance from Pav and a good recovery. MG Jason P6 in the race for him today. James Harben P7 for James. Once he navigates around the bus stop chicane. You can see the amount of distance between all the drivers that this track created. And Thundercat P8 for Thundercat in the Subaru. So yeah, more good points for Subaru. P8's not to be shirked at. P9 for Mutt, and P10 for the Porsche of myself, who's had a 15-minute long pit stop. Beat that Lewis Hamilton at Germany 2018 or whatever it was. So that's it. Let's go and have a look at how this shapes the end of the season. Final driver standings then, after all 12 races have come to a conclusion. Congratulations to Fat Pickles Bro, who takes the title by 14 points to Lee Dennington. Resurgent. So he only did 4 weeks in that BMW, absolutely superb. Paul Verity grabs third over 154 points. Nicolaitis does slip down a couple of places as well, you can see on your screen. Now then, the manufacturer standings. In the end, Alfa Romeo took it. That win from Potter no doubt helped, with BMW coming in at a brilliant P2, Subaru P3, yada yada yada. Me and Bobby didn't actually score enough points in the end to register on the thing. So that's it then for this. Season 3 is coming very soon. Check out the links in the description, but as always, thanks for watching.